We're back again, y'all. Welcome to the channel again, guys. If you guys are new, welcome. It's a beautiful place, a beautiful space. Make sure you guys don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Guys, I brought you guys a video sharing 5 things that I love about this Genesis, right? So it's only right that I had to bring you guys another video today sharing 5 things that I absolutely hate about this car. So stay tuned. I'm going to try to do this hopefully in under 5 to 6 minutes. We'll get straight to it. But number 1, the first thing I hate about this Genesis, right? And this is just the B8 Sedan, the 8-speed 5.0, is the transmission. The transmission is absolutely garbage, right? I wish this car had a manual transmission because I like driving manual. That's why I really like driving my Miata, because I feel like I'm in a lot more control of the car. Now, with the Gen, I can drive it in manual mode, right? So sometimes you guys will see me, if I'm driving, I'll be flicking the shifter up and down because I'm actually driving it in manual mode. But again, the issue still resides with the transmission. These transmissions are pretty weak. Oftentimes, these transmissions are pretty clunky, so you'll need to either replace your transmission or, in what most cases people have to do, which I'm gonna actually do pretty soon, probably next week, I'll be installing just some new shift solenoids so that I'm not jerking in, gears 2 to 3 or having issues between gears 4 to 5 and so on. So the transmission's garbage on these cars. They're like $1,000, in order to replace them. So, don't go straight to buying a new transmission. Most of the time it can be your shift solenoids, which is like a $200 part. You just have to replace those. There's videos online about it. But again, if you guys have questions, maybe let me know. I can try to help as much as I possibly can. Transmission's garbage though. That's number 1. The second is going to be weak paint, right? So as I said, the paint on these cars is garbage. They probably only gave it a couple coats. I wish they gave it a lot more coats than what they did, but that's, the minimal coats that they gave it pretty much is one of the issues and reasons why that the car, chips really easily. So the paint's also garbage. It's really nice from the factory. Again, it shines really well, but in terms of weathering and any type of resistance or having the durability that you need, garbage. So transmission, garbage. Paint, garbage. Let's get to the third thing that I hate about this Genesis. The third is going to be the interior, right? So the interior is nice, but the electronics are faulty, right? So that can be the sunroof, the mirrors, the head unit, doors, locks. That stuff will go bad. You'll have to replace those eventually at some point. And it's actually pretty annoying. Again, these cars are not the easiest cars to work on. So at times you'll have to rip through a bunch of interior parts to get to that part that you actually need to replace, which is tumultuous. It's annoying. So on top of that, you also can't put the rear seats down in this Genesis, the B8 Sedan. How garbage is that? You cannot put the rear seats down. That's why I actually want to remove them temporarily at some point, because you can't even put them down. Like, that's abysmal. Like, what if I need to tow something or put something in the back of the car that is like a 2x4, that's a stroller or something larger, right? You're telling me that the trunk is the only storage unit that I'll have and I can't put the seats down? Come on, Hyundai. That's ridiculous. So that's 3. 4 is going to be oil consumption. Again, that's pretty prominent in the 2012 years. But I would say in general, if you're driving these cars hard, they will consume oil. And you really do, when you're at the pump, every time you're getting gas, be very vigilant and check your oil every time. Don't just be dilly-dallying, driving, getting gas in these cars and not checking your oil and wondering why your oil has your dipstick has nothing on it and your motor's knocking, right? Not to say that nothing else could, be the cause of your motor knocking, but check your oil because these cars will consume oil. So that's number 4. And then the last thing I hate about these cars, which is number 5, is just going to be limited availability of parts, right? So that's an issue. Again, I wish there were more custom parts for the car. I think it's nice because depending on what state you live in, the limited part availability from an aftermarket standpoint can be good because you don't have to make any costly modifications to get your car smogged or to go through, getting it to pass any type of inspection, right? The less is more in that case. But if you actually want to push some serious power, a downpipe, things like that would be very nice on this car if they offered that, along with just other body components, other specific, maybe interior components. Again, that's another key piece. The complexity of the jobs, also based on the infrastructure and architecture of the car, which I mentioned above, is also something that's pretty annoying. And yeah, generally, you also need a lot of space to work on these cars too. So these are all kind of bundled in one. Limited part availability, the complexity of the actual jobs based on the architecture of the car. And again, that is leading to you needing also a lot of space, since it's a 4,000-pound car to do any work on, right? So that's kind of a downside if you live in an area where you don't maybe have that much space. You can't really move around. You don't have the flexibility, right? It means you'll probably have to take your car to a shop or leverage somebody else's space or lift that can support a car of this size, versus like my Miata, which is relatively easy to work on with minimal space. But that's pretty much it, guys. This video is probably long. It's 5:45. All right, I think I did pretty good on time, guys. Come on, give me a break. Those are the things that I honestly absolutely hate about this car. It's abysmal. If you guys have any comments, drop them below. I would love to hear what you guys also hate about this car as well. I know we love a lot of things, but there's also a lot of things to hate. Make sure you guys don't forget to go ahead and like the video, give it a thumbs up, go ahead and put us in the algorithm so that people can see this video. If they have any questions, if they're purchasing the video, on why they should or should not purchase the car, or what they should look out for. And yeah, make sure you go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified when I drop more content, man. And that's going to be it, guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one. 1, 2, 3, I'm out.